Well, no shit, Sherlock. Revelations by CBC News. CSIS broke law by keeping sensitive metadata, federal court rules. It's just in line with the revelations from Edward Snowden. We all knew this long ago. You see how fucking stupid government is? See how far behind the times everything happens when you're talking about government and bureaucracy? You can find this shit out, truthful information, in real time, instantaneously, thanks to the age of information. But it takes months and months and months and months and months and months for the media to start to actually report on, and for these judges and politicians and these bureaucrats, all these people that are part of the system, to finally come around and admit the fact that, oh yeah, that's right too, they were right. Not that I needed a judge to confirm what I already knew, but hey, at least they finally come around, right? Head of CSIS says agency informed public safety minister of program, but Stockwell Day says they did not. So it's just a big bunch of he said this, she said that, or whatever the hell. But either way, what they were doing, who gives a shit about the he said, she said? See, this is the thing. This is just going to be a propaganda piece. But the fact of the matter is the headline says it all. CSIS, the Canadian Security, whatever the hell, the spy agency of Canada, has been illegally collecting and snooping and invading on Canadian privacy. And some of it, they've been retaining this stuff for a decade. All done illegally. And think about what it's like if you do anything illegally in Canada. If the government finds out that you do something illegal, well, you know how it happens, right? They're going to come down with a heavy hand law, especially if you're anti-government, especially if you're not a fan of government. But we'll see what actually comes as a result of this revelation. Probably nothing, right? Bad. Oh, you're bad. That'll probably be the biggest extent of any kind of punitive actions that we'll see out of it. So it just goes to show you're ruled over. Not only you're ruled over, but you're spied on invasively, tremendously. Think about the amount of gadgets and electronic devices that you even carry around with you or have in your household voluntarily that the government now uses to spy on you, to invade your privacy. It's time to speak up, Canadians. This is not, surely enough time has transpired or passed that you realize now just how crazy this stuff is, right? I'm seeing small semblances of people are starting to speak up and starting to show their outrage a little bit. But we need more and more Canadians on board to show the central planners, your rulers, your overlords. You really should point out to your overlords that, I don't like the fact that you're invading my privacy, that you're spying on me illegally. Even if you're too scared to speak out, loudly or in anger or protest, maybe if you're, if it doesn't hurt your sensibilities too bad, maybe just ask real nicely. Say, hey, Mr. Government, would you please stop illegally spying on me? If that's what it takes, right? Meanwhile, I'll say, I'm going to do everything in my power to prevent you fuckers from doing so. But even if you can circumvent my proactive endeavors to prevent you from spying on me, I will look what I do. I will speak out against you fuckers every time, every day, to not just people that pay attention to my video, but out in public every day. And if I can hear or get any information that pertains personal information of these people, who these people are, I will speak that too. I want their family members, their friends, I want their kids, I want their grandkids, I want their parents, I want all these people that are a part of these agencies. I want their family members, their friends, their co-workers, their neighbors. I want everyone around them to know what these fuckers are doing. That is going to help out a whole lot more than thinking government's going to take them to task. No. Put the pressure on them personally. If you got a neighbor that's part of the CSIS, that works for CSIS, don't say hi to them in the morning. Give them the fucking cold shoulder. Say you're a piece of shit. As long as there's still some semblance of freedom of speech, use it. Those rights that you clamor for, all those things that you claim that makes Canada such an exceptional country, let's see you actually start using them. Chances are you'll find out that That was a myth all along. They told you had that power, but when you try to exercise and use that power, they'll show you who has the real power. But at least try it. Prove one of us right or wrong. Prove me right, prove me wrong. Prove the government right or prove them wrong. I don't care whichever way you want to look at it, but at least have the courage and conviction to stand up, to speak out. Either that, or because if you don't, another thing you're also doing inadvertently, or maybe on purpose, but you're spitting on the graves of all those people that died in past conflicts that was under the pretense of creating or protecting freedoms, right? And personal security and privacy. Now, that's supposed to be what government's all about, right? Meanwhile, the governments are the ones that are doing that against you. But even with the pretense that governments are supposed to be protecting your privacy and your security, right? Even though we know that's complete bullshit, if you still believe in that pretense, well, hold them to account. They sure as shit aren't going to do it if you don't at least try. Even at least beg them, if that's all you can do. If that's all you have courage to do, at least beg them. At least show them that you know, that you care. A federal court judge says Canada's spy agency illegally kept potentially revealing electronic data about people over a 10-year period. Illegally, against the law, unlawful, right? In a hard-hitting ruling made public Thursday, Justice Simon Noel said the Canadian Security Intelligence Service breached its duty to inform the court of its data collection program since the information was gathered using judicial warrants. CSIS should not have retained the information since it was not directly related to threats to the security of Canada, the ruling said. Ultimately, the rule of law must prevail, Noel wrote, adding, without it, the actions of people and institutions cannot be trusted to accurately reflect the purposes they were entrusted to fulfill. At a press conference in Ottawa Thursday afternoon, CSIS Director Michael Colum said the agency accepted the court's decision and has taken immediate actions to respond. I deeply regret the court's serious concerns with respects to meeting our duty of candor, and I commit to continuing my efforts with the Deputy Minister of Justice to address this concern, Colum said. So, like usual, I'll post a link to this article in the description of this video so you continue on and read the rest of what's said. But basically the information that you need to know is completely pertained within just the headline article alone. But like I said, I've gone on to give you further information to show you more as to what the kind of things they're talking about. But yes, this was all done illegally. Well, not just illegally. I mean, it's unethical and immoral. It's completely undermining and circumventing any pretense of freedom in this country. Of freedom from oppression, freedom from invasive policies, procedures, or practices from your central planning overlords and government. It's Canadian Libertarian, and I love liberty.